Welcome to BattleTech in the Morning with Captain Nips. I'm Captain Nips, still at it, and today another entry into the OILER program, where we bring 4 of our brave Oosik pilots out onto the battlefield.
Welcome, Commander.
And see if they can cut it, frankly. So today, in our 3rd entry for the Oosik Irregulars Long Expedition Rimward training program, Mark 1. 4 new pilots. So let's introduce them, shall we? First up, we have Jumpy. Jumpy, funny enough, never pilots a mech with jump jets. Too risky. He considers any mission a failure if he ever gets seen or shot at by the enemy. He is frequently heard shouting, "Sir, I don't have jump jets," in his sleep. Jumpy brings to the table good guts, decent gunnery, atrocious piloting and tactics skills, but he brings sensor lock and evasive move. Paired up with Jumpy, we've got Deaden, a fairly well-rounded pilot, preferring to rip apart opponents with weapons fire to engaging in melee combat, but still enjoys getting into the thick of it. One of the founding members of the Oosiks, he has become crotchety in his old age, and he has also become more selective on what missions he will sign up for, often requiring specialized compensation of redacted, redacted, or redacted. Deaden brings good skills to the table. Gunnery 7, piloting 6, guts 6, tactics 4, not so great, but that's fine. And evasive move, which I am going to guess we're going to get some utility out of today. Our 3rd pilot today is Betsuni. Nobody really knows when Betsuni joined the Oosiks, but one day he was there in the dropship with the Locust. Rumor has it he was originally part of the Kurita forces as a Panther scout, since there were records of a pilot with the call sign of Betsuni. But that would be impossible since that Betsuni died while attempting a death from above on an enemy atlas. Betsuni can be found piloting an urban mech or other odd mechs into battle with the other Oosiks. One day, the mechanics thought it would be hilarious if they rebuilt his urban mech to stock specs. He is found passed out in the cockpit, only 10 kilometers from the drop point, walking into a building. Oddly, he recorded 1 kill while passed out at the stick. And rounding out our pilot selection today, Sierra Echo. A poor pilot, and lacking the intestinal fortitude for any kind of prolonged up-close and personal combat, Sierra Echo is at his best, and widely considered almost adequate, in a long-range fire support role, preferably as far from combat as possible, where little movement is expected beyond hitting the fire button after acquiring a target. If forced into a close-quarters situation, Sierra is just as likely to try running as engaging, even when at a substantial advantage in tonnage or firepower. Few Oosiks know where he came from, or when he joined the company. He's just always been there, in the back, waiting for a target, and quietly praying that nothing scary gets too close. So there's our 4 pilots. And so now the next step would be to get them some mechs. Betsuni draws the short straw today, in that he is going to end up in an urban mech, which is fine. Let's see, Deaden is going to have to bear a good chunk of the weight of this lance because of the way it's going to end up. He's going to end up in a Battlemaster, which with evasion should be kind of ridiculous. Jumpy, brought to us by Octavian from the Penny Arcade forums, thank you Octavian, is going to be a light scout. So we're going to put him in a Jenner, and we're going to pair him with Sierra Echo's catapult. And hopefully the combination of a scout with sensor lock and a pilot that just wants to sit in the back and shoot things indirectly will work out for us. So we're a little bit under the C-bill cap, which is fine. I think we'll be okay. I will admit that this is kind of an odd setup because we got half of a fire support lance with a scout and indirect fire you know, or direct fire mech. And then the other half is kind of a frontline fighter kind of lance. But you know, that's just how things fall out sometimes. On the other side, we're going to get ourselves that heavy striker lance, as we've been pitting them against as always, and swap in sumo for the victor pilot. Today's arena, given that the Battlemaster is charitably a hot running mech, I think we'll go ahead and give them Alpine River during the Frozen Day. And since the Battlemaster and the Urban Mech are probably going to be pushing down anyway, we'll try and get Deaden's mech into the river while the rest of the team does its thing. So let's see if these pilots stack up today.
Deployment. Mech warriors, prepare for combat.
So far, the OILER program has been a rousing success, demonstrating that multiple of the Oosik Irregulars pilots would be good candidates for shipping off to the far, far galactic south regions of the Inner Sphere.
Command interface initiated.
Let's see if these pilots measure up as well. So,
what can I do for you?
Deaden's going to be our frontline man, so we need to get him moving up front. And
I hear ya. Something I can do.
there we go. I was wondering what was going on there. Betsuni actually probably keeps up faster if he's jumping. Maybe not. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Now Jumpy is a bit of a one-trick pony. Not one-trick pony. That's not fair. He's not a one-trick pony, but he, per his pilot profile, is going to be an interesting play here. Because if I want to play him the way he would supposedly act,
Moving to position.
1, I need to move him forward. 2, I need to find him cover. 3, he never needs to actually stick his face out and you know, potentially get shot at.
Uh-huh.
Meanwhile, Sierra Echo back here.
On my way.
He's just going to find a nice, comfy spot to fling missiles from because he doesn't actually want to get near the front line. Enemy turn coming up. Presumably moving down the hill in the distance.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Alright, now let's get our front elements moving forward. Can make just a slight bit more distance off jumps right now since Betsuni brings Angel of Death to the table, getting bonus movement for jumps.
I hear ya.
Jumpy, I think we'll put him down here behind this rock just for the time being. Yeah, that should be a nice bit of cover there. And sure enough, close enough to pick up sensor traces, which is basically all we want out of him. It's all we expect anyway.
On it.
Have Sierra Echo set up here. And let's get into the thick of this. So, Jenner plus medium mech with master tactician. So, first thing I think
Waiting
we'll
on you,
do,
Commander.
I'm guessing that's the Jenner. So let's throw a sensor lock on that guy. Yep.
What's up, Commander?
Let's see, on a sprint, I can get to here. On a jump, I can get to here. So I can actually make better distance.
Going airborne.
Still make better distance on jumps. And for now, well, yeah, we're out of range and or line of sight to that Jenner. So for now we will hunker down.
guy.
Ah, that's right. Their heavy mech is the one with Master Tactician. That's why there's 2 of them at 3.
Aye, aye.
Alright, so I think Sierra Echo is perfectly content to sit from here and fling some missiles at a sensor lock Jenner. 70% isn't great, but I don't know that we're going to get much better than that. Given Sierra Echo's... Well, gunner evade. Maybe I should move him up. Get slightly better position. There. Victor comes rolling down the hill.
Receiving you.
So let's get our Battlemaster moving here.
Let's move.
Gnome Interruptus at the Penny Arcade Forums provides us with Deaden today, who brings evasion to the table on a Battlemaster. As I said earlier, will probably end up being the face of the hammer, as it were, the thing that is going to be the bulwark against which the enemy team will have to crash. Alright, so Jumpy, you seem to be doing a good job here. Why don't you just keep sensor locking this guy? Fortunately enough, we landed with a set of pilots, sort of, where we can get some utility out of that combination of sensor lock and some indirect fire. Still not getting any sort of line of sight on this Jenner for my urban mech, though. Oh, take that back. There is a very long line of sight from back here. 80% is nothing to sneeze at, so let's go ahead and take this corner shot here. Solid hit with the AC-10 to the right torso of the Jenner, opening it up. Meanwhile, the rest of the enemy team still trying to figure out which way is up, making their way down into the river. Okay.
What do you need?
Sierra Echo in the back still has a good firing solution to this Jenner that has been sensor locked, so we'll just continue to rain missiles. Not quite clipping a wing there. Blow off a bit more armor, do some internal structure damage.
Ready for order.
Alright. So we're going to get the evasion off of the regular move anyway, so we'll just move to here.
Confirmed.
Next turn we'll get Deaden and his Battlemaster into the river for proper cooling, but for this turn, with the obscene number of weapons that it's mounting, I think we will drop one of the medium lasers. PPC could do some solid damage against this Jenner here.
Attacking from position.
Alright, it's got the damage there. It covered itself, so soaking quite a bit there. And the enemy Jenner decides maybe this is not the job for a light mech to face tank for the team. Is, however, going to hit me with some lasers.
Damn it.
Come on, Deaden, I need you to dodge, man. Can't just stand there and get plunked.
I hear ya.
Alright, so what's the likely thing to happen here? Alright, so Jumpy's going to sensor lock, because that seems to be working for him. Question is, do we sensor lock the Jenner again, or do we grab the 60-tonner here? The Jenner didn't really move back far enough to get out of Deaden's kill zone here, so let's see if we can continue to poke away at the Jenner and confirm a kill early.
Yeah. What can I do you
Betsuni, gonna just walk him forward into the trees and from downtown. Ooh, we don't like those numbers. Oof. Long range and refire, so that's unfortunate. Let's save the ammo for now. Betsuni's urban mech is going to need to get a slight refit come campaign time. Stock a little bit of extra ammo. Alright, so quick draw moves up. Oh, and no, he's going to get picked on. Betsuni taking laser and missile fire. Fortunately, he's covered, but... Oh no, and Jumpy catches a line of sight and therefore catches some missiles to the face.
Standing by.
Well, Quick Draw is now within range of the medium lasers and puts the LRMs at very, very good two-hit numbers, so I don't see a reason not to fire, switch targets and fire on this Quick Draw.
Got it.
But we are going to start to run into some heat issues very shortly if we keep up this pace of fire. Enemy Victor down into the river.
Orders.
So now, get some cooling from the river, turn and get some firing solution on this Quick Draw. So I can position close to get machine guns on, but that gives up the PPC's very good chance to hit. So let's stick with the PPC plan for now. Do we have enough cooling to fire all the guns? No, we still don't. That's rough. Drop 2 of the medium lasers off. Actually, you know what? Drop the PPC, bring the medium lasers because they're at 95s instead of 90. Yes, we're going to spread damage a little bit, but give us a few more chances to hit the center torso on this Quick Draw.
Attacking from position.
There we go. Open up the center and left torso. Leaving some nice vulnerable spots there. Let's see. Alright, Deaden, you need to dodge, baby. You dodged a single missile. I thought you said you were evasive, my friend.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Alright. Sensor lock. Suppress evasive and movement defensive modifiers. The Quick Draw does have a movement modifier, so there's still a decent enough reason to put one on the Quick Draw.
Something I can do.
As the rest of the team comes up here. That's what we like to see, 95% chance to hit as Betsuni's Urbamech makes its way through the forest. Ooh, but he hits the leg and doesn't go for the nice juicy guts. Does get the knockdown, however. But the knockdown is short-lived as the Quick Draw gets right back up on its feet. Moving to a flank. What's the Quick Draw doing? Still picking on the Urban Mech. Betsuni having to face tank for the team here. Because apparently no one wants to shoot the giant, threatening, evasive Battlemaster. Ah, there we go. Get a few dodges out of that.
Just grazed me. Yeah.
But now we need to do some work on this Quick Draw, or it may do in our friend Betsuni. Good chances to hit. Unfortunately, running real hot. I think Sierra wants to try and get the kill here. We're going to go with a full alpha into a shutdown.
Roger.
And hopefully we just take out the Quick Draw in the process. Don't kill it, but man, do we land some crits. Crits all over the place.
Shutting down.
And now here comes the enemy Victor. Again. Oof. Betsuni taking the brunt of the damage for some inexplicable reason and losing his left arm small laser in the process.
Ready for orders.
real shame of this move. Unfortunately, dead in trying to keep the river cooling advantage is that it puts the quick draw back facing me that actually still has armor. So let's see if we can drill through some of that. We can take an overheat, hopefully. Got such good 2-hit numbers because Deaden's gunnery is 7 and we just have a good position here. I think we take the overheat where we can. Need to open up some armor panels, and there we go. Deaden confirms first kill on the quick draw, taking a bit of heat damage in the process, but giving our lance a chance to breathe and drawing some fire. There we go, getting the dodges in. Tank, tank, tank. Alright, now.
What can I do for you?
Movement modifier. Movement modifier. I think Jumpy is going to continue to work the sensors. Put one on the Victor. I think we're going to try and put one on the Victor so that the heavier mechs have a chance to really work it.
Right here.
And with any luck, Betsuni will get a good hit
I'm on the move.
on this Jenner. Oh, but the numbers aren't great. That refire penalty and the target size and target moved. Yeah, okay. Let's back that up. Can we get a we can get a much cleaner shot on the Victor, even though it's not going to be for a kill, but shave off 3/4 of the armor on the right torso there. That's good work on Betsuni's part. Just keep under those trees, my friend. Keep under those trees. Alright.
What do you need?
Sierra Echo in the back. Having to restart. So the question becomes, where does the Victor point its big gun? And it is unfortunately in the direction of Betsuni, who happens to get out of the way of the AC-20 rounds, but loses his autocannon 10 in the process to medium laser fire. Betsuni is going to be reduced to physical attacks.
I'm here.
Meanwhile, can Deaden get to an advantageous spot? Doesn't look like it. He can get to the right side of the Victor, right side of the Jenner as well.
Confirm.
I think we have to take that where we can. And then we have to measure our heat because we are hurting for heat scale. I think we'll play it safe and drop an additional medium laser off of the salvo here. Getting the machine guns to work though. Working that right side real hard on the Victor. 53 out of 83 health left, 85 health left on that right side.
I hear ya.
Jumpy continuing to put sensor locks on targets, giving us advantageous coordination here. Now Betsuni
Yeah.
is gonna have to do something here. That something is probably gonna be
You got it.
death from aboves, but he's got to get there first. As he continues to take the enemy's fire inexplicably from the other team.
Yep.
Sierra Echo sets up at the top of the hill. He's got firing solution on the Victor with 2 LRM-15s and plenty of heat scale to work with.
Taking the shot.
Rain of missiles comes down. Got an ammo crit on the AC-20.
Got past his armor.
Victor moving for a better position. On the rear. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Oh, center of mass
My
too.
internals are taking a beating.
Takes the armor out.
Standing by.
Check ourselves on this Victor. We can go for the right side on the Victor, but that'll give up my back to the Jenner. Or I can move behind the Victor, do the same thing to it that it just did to me. See if we can get a better... Yeah, that's gonna be... Oh, shoot! 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 The accidental double click. Oh, that's real unfortunate. That's real unfortunate for the Oosik team here, as Deaden had
Enemy flanking.
a real good position, and now I've given up my rear. Fortunately, he dodges most of that. He dodges all of it. Oof.
Damage minimal.
Good timing. Making up for his commander's mistakes. Jumpy might have to get into this,
What can I do for you?
but Betsuni is going to throw caution to the wind. Can we get the right side? Can we get any side that's...
Right here.
No, doesn't look like it, which is odd. Yeah, no, we should be able to get to the right side. Nope. Alright, Betsuni's just going to have to take what he can get as a death from above on this Victor. Hitting it in the rear for two 30-point shots. Probably not going to land any sort of critical damage here, but he's running out of options. So Angel of Death coming down hard. Getting a knockdown. Can't actually tell what he hit. What did he hit? Seriously. I saw him do 30 damage twice over. It was... Curious.
I hear you.
Alright, Jumpy. Since the Victor is down... going to have him sensor lock the Jenner. Betsuni's mech continues to take a pounding.
Yeah.
Sierra Echo, though, might have a good opportunity here on the Jenner. Focused enough fire, he might be able to finish the job. However, with such a good tactics score, I think I'd be remiss to at least not look at the downed Victor. Decent numbers to hit. We're going to go overheat again. Overzealous as we are. Try and get the kill on this Victor. Missiles pouring in. Can we at least cause some critical damage?
I'm
No.
generating a lot of heat.
Victor's going to get a chance to stand up and do the work on my Lance here. Betsuni dodging autocannon fire. Takes a laser and a missile, but stays on his feet.
Oh boy, that's bad. Commander?
And now it's Deaden's turn. This time we're not going to mess it up. Get the right arc on that Victor once again so we can continue to pound on it and hopefully drop the autocannon off. Checking our heat scale. Plenty of heat scale to work with. All the heat scale in the world to work with because of that botched last turn. PPC only at 40%, but we're going to take that shot because more shots means more chances to blow things up, and there we go, right side of the Victor off, making it a much less dangerous threat. Jenner, however, going for Betsuni, who continues to stay upright. 8 structure left on the CT. Betsy looking like he might be going out in the next round of fire unless something miraculous happens. We are going to sensor lock. For defense for jumping or evasion and movement. I think we need to focus down the Victor. It's still dangerous. Although, yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Jumpy putting sensor locks on things. Betsuni doesn't have the movement, but does he have the jumps? He can get there on a jump. I think his last gasp here, Betsuni throwing himself at the Victor.
Engaging jump chip.
Getting some solid damage in on the torso and center, knocking the Victor down. But here comes the retaliation strike from the offboard mech. Still on his feet, Betsuni tanking like a champ, giving Sierra Echo another opportunity for called shots. This time we're not going to joke around, go center of mass. We are going to overheat again, even with just the missiles. Can we crack it open? Well, side torso.
Hey, watch those heat levels.
Here's where things go bad for our little urban mech. Physical attack, going for the punch, and Betsuni is out. Sadly, his urban mech having soaked all of the enemy fire for far too long.
Standing by.
Deaden now with an opportunity, though, to put the hurt on the rear of this Victor. Gets the angle, has the cooling, has the weapons. Again, missing with the PPC, but the barrage of the smaller guns comes in and destroys the Victor.
Tango down.
Mark a kill for Deaden. Let's see if their enemy Jenner is able to make up any distance in the progress on our team. Deaden dodging. Getting in the groove.
Internal damage.
Even though he's taking shots to the rear.
Commander?
Jumpy now. Changing sensor lock targets. A little bit more of that indirect LRM fire.
Aye, aye.
Alright, Sierra Echo. Get him to move so we can get a slightly better firing solution with the LRMs.
On it.
Bringing those up to 95% chance to hit, although we are running hot. Drop the lasers. Still overheating, but we can run the red line. Put the hurt on this Jenner with 30 LRMs. Strips half the mech.
My heat sinks can't take much more of this.
And then it's over to Deaden, who will opt not to go for melee, as is his way. Instead, turning his array of guns on the Jenner. Drop the PPC, because we don't need that heat right now. This should be more than enough to do work. And there you go. Kill confirmed. Number 2. As Deaden starts to get work done, the rest of this Oosik's Lance
Good to go.
now has 1 mech to contend with on the other side. Jumpy continuing to do his sensor work. Kentaro in the distance. Just gonna play the safe game.
Standing by.
Sierra Echo is gonna move for the river
Going full throttle.
to give himself a chance to cool, although he is now out of LRM ammo. Is going to be forced into a short to mid-range direct fire situation.
On my way.
Take the short move with Deaden so that he gets his evasion, and then also go for guarded. Which seems like a real gross thing to stack up on a Battlemaster.
Waiting for orders.
Jumpy again, continuing to provide target locks on the remaining Kentaro. As it moves up to engage the Oosik's Lance, -1. Lots of missiles coming this way, but look at all those amazing dodges on the part of Deaden. Deaden doing the workhorse duty of tanking for the team now that Betsuni has been put out.
Yeah.
Sierra Echo taking a second to check his ranges. Looks like... Ooh, there we go. It's able to find a spot in the water that is also close enough for a direct line with good chance to hit on the medium lasers. Brings them to bear as we start to carve up this Kentaro. Landing some hits, armor damage left and right.
Orders.
Deaden doesn't need to move, and we'll bring the whole team's worth of guns here.
Engaging with target.
Taking out the left side of the Kentaro, doing some serious damage, dropping several guns off of its armament.
Good to go.
Jumpy continuing to be the beacon of sensor locks that he is. Preventing the enemy Kentaro from making a meaningful defensive move.
What do you need?
Sierra Echo having to move just a little bit more to get back into optimal range.
Roger.
But providing some solid hits from his medium laser quartet.
I'm here. Position confirmed.
Getting the full load again. Cooling from the river, allowing for PPC shots on top of the massed amount of medium lasers in the SRM-6.
Target's taking a critical hit.
Cracking open the center torso on the Kentaro, doing good work. Jumpy throwing that sensor lock down again. Giving this Kentaro absolutely no room to find a defense here. He's going to have to go out swinging. Deaden continuing to dodge in his Battlemaster, though.
Yep.
28 damage left on the CT of the Kintaro. Can Sierra Echo confirm the kill? Close, but no cigar. 4 structure left on the CT of the Kintaro, and it is entirely likely that Deaden takes this one home. Drop the PPC for heat purposes, but the rest of the massed fire should get this done. And there you go.
Objective complete.
The Oosik's lance is successful despite the loss of Batsuni in his tanking Irby, having taken all of the enemy fire for entirely too long. Lance comes out through to the other side, 15 rounds, 34 minutes and 21 seconds. The team, for the most part, completely intact and untouched. A bit of armor damage on the back of Deaden's Battlemaster there. But at what cost, I ask? At what cost? Batsuni's Urbamech gets torn a new one. However, the pilot does survive, and he will get another chance to fight another day after they rework this tin can or find him a new one. The enemy team pretty much tore up. Jenner straight through, Kintaro straight through, quick draw, taking it from both sides. Victor getting just chewed up. The Oosik Irregulars put forward another good showing in the Oilers simulation program with the win. And that'll be all for today's BattleTech in the Morning. I am Captain Nips, principal paper pusher of the Oosik Irregulars, wishing you all a fine day, and I will see all of you in the next video.